When viewers tuned into the Today Show on May 23, 2025, they expected their usual morning dose of news and cheerful banter. Instead, they witnessed one of television's most heartbreaking moments as Savannah Guthrie delivered news that would shatter the hearts of millions across America. The beloved Today Show family was about to lose one of their own, and the story behind Sheinelle Jones's 5-month absence would finally be revealed in the most devastating way possible. For months, eagle-eyed viewers had been asking the same question: where was Sheinelle Jones? The co-host, known for her infectious smile and warm personality, had mysteriously vanished from our morning screens after December 18th. Social media buzzed with speculation, concern, and theories about her sudden disappearance from the show that had become as much a part of America's morning routine as coffee and toast. The silence was deafening until January 15th, when Jones finally broke her silence with a cryptic Instagram post that revealed nothing and everything at once. "I'm taking time to deal with a family health matter," she wrote, her words carefully chosen but loaded with the weight of unspeakable worry. Those 13 words would haunt her followers for months as they held their breath, hoping and praying that whatever battle the Jones family was fighting, love would conquer all. But sometimes, even the strongest love isn't enough to overcome life's cruelest challenges. When Savannah Guthrie's voice cracked with emotion that May morning, the devastating truth finally emerged. With profound sadness, we share this morning that Uche Ojeh, the husband of our friend and Today co-host Sheinelle Jones, has passed away after a courageous battle with an aggressive form of brain cancer called glioblastoma, she announced, her professional composure barely containing the grief that radiated through television screens across the nation. Glioblastoma. The very word strikes fear into the hearts of medical professionals and families alike. It's one of the most aggressive forms of brain cancer known to medicine, a merciless enemy that shows no mercy to its victims or their loved ones. For months, while we wondered where Sheinelle was, she was fighting the battle of her life alongside the man who had been her rock, her partner, her everything, for nearly 18 years. The love story of Sheinelle Jones and Uche Ojeh wasn't just a celebrity romance. It was a testament to the kind of deep, abiding love that many of us dream of finding. Their journey began in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, where fate orchestrated their meeting in a way that would change both their lives forever. It was more than coincidence that brought them together in the same city where Sheinelle was born, a place that held special significance throughout her life, even after her family moved away. Picture this: a young Sheinelle visiting Philadelphia. As a child, walking the same streets where she would later fall head over heels in love with the man who would become her husband, her best friend, and the father of her children. "I never imagined I'd end up having some of the best years of my life and career there. Getting married in Philly," she would later write, her words painting a picture of a love story that seemed destined from the very beginning. Their wedding day in September 2007 was nothing short of magical. The photos from their special day show two people absolutely radiant with joy, their faces glowing with the kind of happiness that comes from finding your perfect match. Sheinelle, stunning in her wedding dress, and Uche, handsome and beaming, looked like they had stepped out of a fairy tale. But this wasn't just a pretty picture. This was the beginning of a partnership that would weather every storm life threw their way. What made their relationship even more endearing was how Sheinelle wasn't afraid to share the quirky human moments that made their love real and relatable. In January 2024, she revealed one of the most adorable details about their early marriage during an appearance on Today with Hoda and Jenna. When she married Uche, she still had her beloved Cabbage Patch doll, Lily Debbie Allen, sleeping on her bed every night. It was a charming reminder that behind the polished television personality was a woman who held on to the innocent joys of childhood. "When I got married, I had Lily Debbie Allen. She's my Cabbage Patch on my bed," she confessed to Hoda Kotb with the kind of vulnerable honesty that made viewers fall in love with her authenticity. But love meant compromise. And when Grandma gently suggested it was time to retire the doll, Sheinelle was more than happy to make room for the man who would fill her life with so much more joy than any toy ever could. This wasn't just puppy love or a Hollywood romance destined to flame out. This was the kind of partnership that grew stronger with each passing year. On their 16th wedding anniversary, Sheinelle's tribute to Uche revealed the depth of their connection. She didn't just love him, she was still discovering new reasons to fall in love with him after all those years together. The carousel of wedding photos she shared wasn't just nostalgia. It was a celebration of a love that had only grown more beautiful with time. But perhaps the most touching glimpse into their relationship came in February 2023, when Sheinelle posted a birthday tribute that would later feel prophetic in its promise of forever. The slideshow of memories culminated in a photograph that captured everything: Uche planting a gentle kiss on her cheek, both of them looking completely content in that perfect moment of intimacy. "We're just getting started. Happy birthday," she had written over the image, her words full of hope and excitement for all the adventures that lay ahead. Those words, "We're just getting started," now carry a heartbreaking irony that no one could have anticipated. Life had other plans for the Jones Ojeh family, plans that would test the very foundations of their love and strength in ways they never imagined possible. When glioblastoma entered their lives, it didn't just attack Uche, it invaded their entire family's world. This isn't a cancer that offers false hope or gentle progressions. It's a beast that moves fast and fights dirty, stealing precious time and creating urgency in every moment. For Sheinelle, watching the love of her life battle this merciless disease meant making impossible choices between her public career and her private heartbreak. The decision to step away from the Today Show wasn't made lightly. For someone whose career had been built on showing up, on being present for America's mourning ritual, disappearing from television meant sacrificing everything she had worked for to be present for the most important battle of her life. While viewers wondered about her absence, she was living every cancer family's nightmare, racing against time, fighting for hope, and trying to create as many precious memories as possible while there was still time. The support from her today, show family during this impossible time, revealed the genuine bonds that exist behind the cameras. When Savannah Guthrie made the announcement of Uche's passing, it wasn't just professional courtesy, it was one friend helping another share unbearable news with the world. The emotion in Savannah's voice was real, raw, and reflected the genuine love and respect the entire Today Show cast had for Sheinelle and her family. After the announcement, the outpouring of love was immediate and overwhelming. Sheinelle's simple Instagram post sharing the Today Show segment, accompanied by her heartfelt "thank you for all of your love and support," became a gathering place for thousands of people whose lives she had touched through her work. The comment section transformed into a digital embrace, with colleague after colleague offering not just condolences, but promises of continued support. Savannah Guthrie's comment perfectly captured what so many were feeling. "Sheinelle, my dearest, we love you and the kids with all of our hearts. I marvel at your strength." These weren't just words from a coworker. They were the heartfelt sentiments of someone who had witnessed Sheinelle's incredible grace under the most unimaginable pressure. Tamron Hall, representing the broader television family that extends beyond network boundaries, added her voice to the chorus of support. "Sheinelle, our prayers and love are with you and your family." It was a reminder that in moments of profound loss, professional rivalries and network divisions become meaningless in the face of human compassion. But perhaps the most moving responses came from viewers who had never met Sheinelle or Uche, but felt connected to their story through years of morning television. "My heart hurts for you and your family. May your beloved husband rest in peace," wrote one fan, echoing the sentiments of countless others who had been touched by this love story. And devastated by its tragic conclusion, the ripple effects of Uche's passing extend far beyond the television industry or even the immediate family. This story resonates because it represents every family's worst fear: that love, no matter how strong, sometimes isn't enough to overcome life's cruelest challenges. It's a reminder that behind every public figure is a private person dealing with the same hopes, fears, and heartbreaks that touch all our lives. Glioblastoma doesn't care about your career success, your loving marriage, or your beautiful children. It doesn't respect television schedules or public appearances. It's an equal opportunity destroyer that has claimed too many lives and shattered too many families. For every Sheinelle Jones whose story becomes public, there are thousands of other families fighting the same battle in privacy, drawing strength from stories like hers while facing their own uncertain outcomes. What makes Sheinelle's story particularly powerful is how she chose to handle this impossible situation with such dignity and grace. She could have shared every detail, documented every step of the journey, or used her platform to raise awareness from the beginning. Instead, she chose to protect her family's privacy during their most vulnerable time, only sharing what was necessary when it became impossible to remain silent. The 5 months of absence that left viewers wondering and speculating were actually 5 months of a woman choosing love over career, family over fame, and presence over publicity. In an industry that often demands constant visibility and endless self-promotion, Sheinelle's choice to step away and be fully present for her husband's battle was both remarkable and completely understandable. Now, as she faces a future without, the man who had been her partner for nearly 2 decades, Sheinelle Jones, embodies a different kind of strength. It's not the strength of overcoming obstacles or achieving professional success. It's the strength of surviving the unsurvivable, of continuing to breathe when the person who was your reason for breathing is gone. The photos from their wedding day, once symbols of beginning and promise, now serve as precious memories of a love that was real, deep, and transformative. The image of Uche kissing her cheek, once accompanied by the hopeful words, "We're just getting started," now represents a love story that, while cut short, was complete in its depth and authenticity. For viewers who have followed Sheinelle's career and grown to love her warm presence on their morning screens, her return to television will inevitably be different. She will carry with her the weight of this loss, the wisdom that comes from facing life's ultimate test, and the knowledge that love, even when it ends in heartbreak, is still the most worthwhile adventure we can embark upon. The Today Show family, and indeed the entire television community, will undoubtedly support Sheinelle as she navigates this new chapter of her life. But beyond the professional support and public sympathy lies a more profound truth. Sometimes the most important stories aren't about triumph over adversity, but about how we carry on when adversity wins. Uche Ojeh's battle with glioblastoma may have ended in loss, but his legacy lives on in the love story he shared with Sheinelle, in the children they raised together, and in the reminder that even in our darkest moments, we are capable of extraordinary love and courage. Their story, while heartbreaking, ultimately celebrates the power of human connection and the beauty of choosing love, even when we know it might break our hearts. As we reflect on this tragic loss, we're reminded that behind every morning show, smile, every professional appearance, and every public figure, there are real people facing real struggles with the same hopes and fears that unite us all. Sheinelle Jones's story is ultimately our story too, a reminder to cherish the love we have, to be present for the people who matter most, and to never take for granted the precious gift of another day with those we hold dear.